What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Let me check if I'm recording. Yes, I am. Welcome back to another video, or welcome to the channel. Guys, Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. First of all, if you notice my lip is busted, let me get some more light. If you notice my lip is busted, that is because I was jumped by Georgians. Marab sent people after me. I don't know why. I was very nice to Marab, but he sent people after me, and Georgians jumped me. But I was able to fend them off and get a few hits in myself. Guys, first like, subscribe, comment. But I don't even care about that. You don't have to do that. But I prefer for you to. I don't think that made sense. Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. This is the fight that I've been waiting for so long. Ever since Khamzat moved up to middleweight, I've been waiting for this fight. I knew this was going to happen one day, especially when the Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker fight happened. I knew Khamzat was going to beat Robert Whittaker. You could go back to my prediction video for that 308 card and watch it. I predicted that fight perfectly. I knew Khamzat was going to do that to Robert Whittaker. This fight is an amazing, intriguing matchup to me, because there are so many variables to it. Guys, we got Dricus du Plessis. We got to introduce... Oh, no. Let's introduce them how they're going to be introduced on fight night. We got Khamzat Chimaev, 14-0. 6'2", 186 pounds. Well, he's going to have to weigh 185 for this. So, will he make the weight? I don't know. We'll see. 75-inch reach, 40-inch leg reach. I don't think you guys care about his physical stats, but Khamzat Chimaev, 14-0, the boogeyman of the UFC. He's had his trials and tribulations. He's had his has had rough things happen to him. He's had a lot of time out of the octagon. Unfortunately, he's been sick before. He's known to get pretty sick, and there's even talks of him retiring if he wins this fight or even loses. We'll see. Now, and also, just coming off of UFC 308, beating, dominating, and submitting Robert Whittaker, breaking his jaw in round number 1, when a lot of people thought he was gonna lose. A lot of people did. I didn't. If you know your things, you knew that Khamzat was gonna win. But a lot of your big favorite MMA YouTubers, I know I'm one of your favorites, but a lot of other people's favorite big MMA YouTubers were saying Robert Whittaker. And Khamzat Chimaev went out there, round 1 sub. You can skip this part of the video when I start to get actually talking about what they're going to do in this fight, who's going to win. But now we got Dricus du Plessis, defending champion, has defended his belt 2 times. Won it off of Sean Strickland, defended against Izzy, and defended against Sean Strickland again. Beat Robert Whittaker, knocked out Robert Whittaker. Knocked out Darren Till. Did he knock out Darren Till? Yes, he did. Did he? I can't even remember. I think he did knock out Darren Till. Derek Brunson, I think he knocked out or won a decision. I don't even know. Dricus du Plessis is good. Undefeated in the UFC. Not undefeated in the sport, but undefeated in the UFC. He hasn't tasted a loss in a long time. Absolute monster from South Africa. Big for the division. I mean, everyone's big for the division. I don't even care. Like, people say that everyone's big for the division. 6'1", 185. More like probably 220 on a fight day, but the reason this is such an interesting fight is because I would put it into 3 main aspects. First, Khamzat Chimaev's Khamzat Chimaev, the big thing that everyone's saying leading up to this fight, Khamzat Chimaev's cardio. Will he be able to, if the fight goes past 1 round, Khamzat doesn't finish Dricus in 1 round, will he be able to carry on? Everyone's saying Dricus is just going to, boom, run through him if he makes it past the first round. 2, can Dricus defend Khamzat's takedown? Can he defend? Can he grapple with Khamzat? Can he even take down Khamzat? And 3, the mindsets of these guys. These guys are just dogs. They're going to go at it. Dricus is one of the only guys who's really not afraid of Khamzat. We know people have ducked Khamzat. Dricus said, nah, bring him to me. I just kind of made up those three main things of the fight. I'm still yapping. Now, let's talk about their striking. Because I've seen a lot of people say that Dricus du Plessis is just going to dominate Khamzat in the striking. I don't believe that. I don't buy that at all. People forget that Khamzat has knockout power. He's a good striker. People say he's a bad striker. Well, let's look at the people he's striked with. Usman probably beat him in the striking, but it was close. Khamzat was hitting his own shots. Gilbert Burns, he was going to hit a lot, but then he ended up dominating near the end of that fight and getting his own shots in and beating Gilbert Burns on the feet. You know? Knocking out Gerald Meerschaert. Dricus du Plessis, now, he had one of the best striking performances at middleweight we've seen in a while. So, he just dominated Sean Strickland for 5 rounds. Really no debate. It was 50-45 Dricus easily. Maybe 50-44. Dominated Sean Strickland on the feet. That's impressive. Push back Sean Strickland. Just kickbox the heck out of him. It wasn't even close. Got really good shots on Israel Adesanya. Was able to strike with him. Dricus du Plessis is a striker, man. He's a striker before he's a grappler, I believe. Well, now he is. You know, he used to be a grappler before, but I believe he's better at striking. Now, what makes this so intriguing is Dricus' awkwardness on the feet. He really does have awkwardness. He has awkwardness all over the cage. It's a meme now. But especially on the feet, he just blitzes in. He doesn't even care what his opponent's throwing back at him. His words. But I think in this fight that could hurt him. I really do think Khamzat, he has good straight shots. His right hand has a lot of power. If Dricus decides to do those blitzes early, that's if Khamzat doesn't take him down. Khamzat could really catch Dricus on coming in. He really can. I've been saying this. I said this about the Robert Whittaker fight. If that gets if that gets left standing on the feet, stylistically, Robert Whittaker was going to get touched by Khamzat Chimaev on the feet. That's what I thought. Now, obviously, we saw the fight. They didn't get any time on the feet. This fight, there could be some time on the feet. But I don't know. I think in the striking, though, overall, if this were a 5-round kickboxing fight, I believe Dricus du Plessis would beat Khamzat in the striking. I believe he's just a better striker, better kicker. Khamzat's not a bad kicker either. Now, that 13 seconds that he was on the feet with Robert Whittaker, he threw a high kick, hit Robert Whittaker's arm. I think he threw a low kick. Khamzat's not a bad kicker either. He's a striker. He's not a striker, but he has good striking. He's not bad at striking. I've seen people say his striking is bad. You simply don't know what you're talking about, and you've never watched any of his fights if you think Khamzat Chimaev's striking is bad. Now, guys, let's talk about the grappling, man. Obviously, in the first round, we know Khamzat's going to win the first round. I believe Khamzat's going to very easily be able to take down Dricus du Plessis. And the reason it being is because Dricus' initial takedown defense is not good. I don't believe he could really get his hips back that well. He's kind of stiff. And I mean initial takedown defense. Listen. And overall, just grappling defense is not that good. He was taken down by Robert Whittaker in the first minute of the fight fairly easily. Khamzat takes that same shot. He's taking him down even easier. Now, how Dricus got back up using the cage, Khamzat would not let that happen. If you see stylistically how Khamzat works, he would keep that body lock. And go back and watch his fights, know what I'm talking about. He would keep that body lock and drag Dricus back out if he was in that same position that Robert Whittaker was in. He did it against Gilbert Burns. He did it against Usman. He did it against Robert Whittaker. He keeps positions like those, and he's able to just manipulate people on the ground like that. Now, Dricus du Plessis, one thing he does when he's defending takedowns is he'll chuck a guillotine. Or it's not even a guillotine. It's like I don't even know. He did it against Robert Whittaker. He did it on the regional scene a couple times. Doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't think his takedown defense is that good. And even on the floor, his takedown defense isn't that good. I've seen a lot of people say, the MMA guru, big guy, respect a lot, big fan of him. He said that what if Dricus shoots first? Now, I think that's not even a bad idea for Dricus to do. I want to talk about that. What if Dricus goes in there and he shoots first? Khamzat Chimaev probably would trip out a little, be like, what the heck is this guy doing? Why is he shooting on me, Khamzat Chimaev? Now, would he be able to take down Khamzat? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I don't think Dricus has explosive wrestling. Now, I know that's probably crazy to think because he's an explosive guy. Watch how he grapples. Watch how he wrestles. He doesn't really have explosive wrestling. He has wrestling with strength, but not explosivity. Explosivity. He doesn't have explosivity. I think that's the right word. Please check me on that if that's not. He's not that explosive when he wrestles. He's strong. Like, look at him. He's strong. And he doesn't really... He knows what he's doing, obviously. Like, Dricus is a very elite, most elite grappler you can get, right? Compared to, like, other people, right? Like, Dricus went out there, submitted a whole Gracie Barra team, easily. That's how elite Dricus is. But I'm saying compared to a guy like Khamzat and compared to their styles, I just don't see him doing good on the ground against Khamzat. And I think it could be a detriment to him. I really do. I think, what's it called? Yeah, if they go in there, obviously, first round, Khamzat is going to shoot. He has to. Now, that's where we get into mindset a little bit. What is Khamzat's mindset going to be? What are both of their... we know what Dricus' mindset is going to be. It's going to be King Von. Police said they watching me. Red alert. Yeah, I'm dangerous. I keep that... You know what I'm saying? We know that's going to be Dricus' mind. And we know it's going to be Khamzat's mind for all of his last fights. But what if for this fight... What if Khamzat goes out there and is like, no, I'm gonna stand up a little bit with him at first and maybe strike with him for the first 3 minutes, then go for a takedown at the end of round one. And with 2 minutes left at the end of round one. What if he does that? Is that a sign of mental weakness? It could be, but it could be very smart. And one of the reasons why I think Khamzat could even win a decision here. A lot of people say that Khamzat gasses out after the first round, which is true. He does gas out. But he doesn't gas out completely to the point where he's useless. Look at the Gilbert Burns fight. Khamzat won the first round and he won the third round. Look at the Kamaru Usman fight. Khamzat won the first round and just barely won the third round, I believe. He got takedowns in the third round against Kamaru Usman, and look at how that aged. Kamaru Usman dominated Joaquin Buckley on the ground. Now, Khamzat's cardio, what happened to it? There's a lot of talk that Khamzat has new cardio that is going to be pretty interesting. You guys know who Sam Calavita is? I've heard of him. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh yeah, Sam Calavita, I know him. I've heard of him before. But I did some more research into him. This guy knows what he's doing. You guys have all seen the clips of what he's putting Khamzat and Armin through. Aaron Pico, right? Aaron Pico is also on this card as a co-main, but we're not talking about the rest of this card. We know Sam Calavita is putting these guys through it. Armin is working alongside Khamzat too, which I like. Another high level wrestler, grappler. Even though Armin's at 155, ask these middleweights to wrestle with Armin. See what happens. You know what I mean? What was I going to say? Sam Calavita could be doing some wonders for Khamzat. I was hearing TJ Dillashaw talk on a podcast. He was saying how Sam Calavita covers everything. That's diet, nutrition. He does your blood work to see, because every human body is different. If he's doing this to Khamzat, and Khamzat's been there for a while, training in his garage, Khamzat's cardio is definitely going to be better. It definitely is. And don't be surprised. Really don't be surprised. If Khamzat goes out there, if he's not able to finish Dricus in the first round, which I'm leaning towards he is, we'll get to at the end of the video, he could win a decision against Dricus. Probably a 4-1, 3-2 decision of Khamzat dominating Dricus on the ground. I really can see that, and don't be surprised when he does, or if he does. I don't think he's going to, because I think he will get Dricus. I'm leaning towards Khamzat in probably round one. I'll give my reasoning why. But if he's training like this, and if the talk is real about Sam Calavita, which we've seen the talk be real, like look at what he did to T.J. Dillashaw, get him insane cardio, and he's done that to a bunch of other fighters. He's worked with Olympian wrestlers. He's worked with everyone. Let's stop deriding Sam Calavita. No offense, but Khamzat's cardio I don't think is going to be the issue here. I think the issue is going to be just a skill issue for each fighter. And now let's talk about what if Khamzat's cardio is just the same as it was for the Usman fight, and what if Khamzat doesn't finish Dricus in the first round? Dricus might come out for round two smiling, and if Khamzat's cardio is going to be the same as it was as the Usman fight, it's going to be a bad night for Khamzat. Unfortunately, it will be a bad night. I just don't see that happening. I think he will get the extra mile with this cardio. His cardio is not going to be better than Dricus. Don't get that twisted. Dricus has amazing cardio. He may look tired after 2 minutes of fighting, just the way he throws. No, Dricus does not get tired. He really doesn't. He lives in South Africa, high elevation. It's hot there constantly. Dricus has really good cardio. It's definitely going to be better than Khamzat's this fight. But don't be surprised if Khamzat gets his cardio so good to where he's able to win a decision against Dricus by dominating him on the ground. Getting probably maybe like 10 to 15 minutes of control time on the ground in a 25-minute fight. Don't be surprised if that happens. And if Khamzat Chimaev, let's talk about game plan. If Khamzat Chimaev goes out there in the first round, let's say, and he feels good on the feet, and he's popping shots on Dricus, which I definitely see Khamzat hitting Dricus with some good shots. Let's say the whole first round is standing. I think Khamzat wins the first round on the feet. I do think he's a much crisper. Now, everyone's a crisper striker than Dricus, but Dricus is a very good striker. He's better than most people at striking. But Khamzat's very good. I think at the beginning of the fight, though, I think Khamzat's striking will be better. And even if, let's say, Khamzat doesn't shoot in the first round, which we all know he's going to shoot in the first 30 seconds, I think Khamzat will touch him up. We'll touch Dricus up a little bit. Pause. Now, let's say Khamzat goes in there with a game plan of, let's strike for the first 3 minutes if he feels good on the feet and he feels like it's pretty even, or maybe he's winning on the feet, and then shoot in the last 2 minutes. That can be a game plan that could very well work. Get your control time, ending the rounds on top, and beating Dricus by decision in that way. Now, what's going to happen in this fight? I think Khamzat Chimaev will submit Dricus du Plessis in round one, and my reason being is Dricus is he's a skittish, not a skittish, sorry, he's a, what's the word? I don't know, he's kind of a skittish guy on the ground. I think he'll want to get up so bad, and if Khamzat gives him that opportunity accidentally, maybe. First of all, Khamzat's going to take Dricus down. It's not going to be an issue. I think he'll keep him down. I think Khamzat Chimaev will beat Dricus du Plessis probably with a Darce choke in a very similar looking way to what Islam Makhachev did to Renato Moicano. I think it'll be in a sequence where Dricus tries to get up and Khamzat locks in a Darce and turns Dricus over. I do believe Khamzat will Darce Dricus du Plessis in the first round. I think it'll be a Darce choke, probably with 3 or 4 minutes left. Remember when Robert Whittaker was able to scramble? Whoa. Remember when scramble? What the hell? What does that even mean? Remember when Robert Whittaker was able to scramble out of position with Khamzat, but then Khamzat took him down right away? I think Dricus will do the same, but he gets up in such a weird way. I think Khamzat will end up on top of his neck. I think he'll Darce him. I think Khamzat Chimaev by Darce first round, or don't be surprised at a Khamzat decision. please do not be surprised by Khamzat decision. I better not see a lot of people like, oh, where did this come from? If he game plan now, Khamzat does have a problem of just staying on the feet and banging. We saw that with the Usman fight and the Gilbert Burns fight. If he doesn't get his way on the ground, he does have a problem with getting his ego up and trying to just bang with people. But I don't think he'll do that in this fight. I think he's going to be locked in. I think his coaches are really going to be locked in. I think Khamzat gets the first round submission by Darce choke. This is going to be a sick fight. This has been on my mind for a while. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know your prediction for this big matchup. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment whatever you want. And peace out.